Hello everyone, welcome to the April market update. As April settled into the GTA, something interesting started happening. The city slowly came back to life. Patios filled again. Moving trucks became more common in neighborhoods. And buyers who had been sitting on the sideline for months quietly started booking showings again. But what surprised me most this spring wasn't buyer activity, it was seller hesitation. Usually, by this time of year, we see a noticeable wave of listings hit the market. Yet, this spring feels different. Inventory is growing much slower than many expected, and that's beginning to quietly change the conversation around Toronto real estate market. After several difficult years, especially in the condo market, we are finally starting to see early signs of stabilization. Not a boom, not a frenzy, but something healthier. Conditional offers are normal again. Buyers have time to think. Negotiations feel more balanced. And with the prices now sitting closer to level we saw years ago, combined with lower borrowing costs, many buyers are realizing this market feels far more manageable than the one we experienced during the pandemic years. And the latest data from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board supports that shift. In April, transactions across the GTA increased by approximately 7% compared to last year, while new listings actually declined by more than 9%. At the same time, the average home prices came in around 1,052,000, while average days on the market increased to 43 days. Now, this is where the market becomes very interesting, because one of the biggest stories today isn't just pricing, it's supply. Earlier this year, many experts expected inventory to surge in 2026 as investors, landlords, and condo owners rush to sell. But so far, that wave hasn't fully arrived. In fact, across many parts of the GTA, sellers are still holding back. That matters because buyer confidence is slowly improving, helped by lower borrowing costs and new government incentives like Ontario HST rebate on new homes. Limited inventory could quietly tighten parts of the market later this year. That doesn't mean prices suddenly jump overnight, but it does suggest that buyers today may have an opportunity that didn't exist a few years ago. More selections, more negotiating power, and more time to make thoughtful decisions. While I am also noticing on the ground is that buyers today are behaving very differently compared to 2021 or 2022. They are more careful, more analytical, and honestly, healthier. Financing conditions, inspections, and reviewing status certificates have become normal again. And in my opinion, that's actually a positive sign for the long term health of the market. On the economic side, the Bank of Canada recently held its policy rate at 2.25% while continuing to monitor inflation closely. Inflation has moved slightly higher recently due to the rise of oil prices and ongoing global uncertainty. At the same time, geopolitical tensions and global trade pressure are increasingly influencing interest rate decisions around the world. So, while many economists still expect rates are gradually trend lower this year, the timing remains uncertain. Overall, I still believe we are in the early stage of recovery, and I don't expect overnight changes. But compared to the uncertainty we experienced over the past few years, this spring feels different. There is more balance, more confidence, and slowly more movement. For buyers, this may still be one of those rare windows where affordability, negotiating power, and selection exist at the same time. And historically, those windows don't usually stay open forever. As always, if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or simply trying to better understand your options in today's market, feel free to reach out anytime. I am always happy to help. This is Jay Zabihi with Remax Hallmark. If you find this update helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with someone thinking about buying or selling this year. Thank you for watching.